What if one of the most luxurious materials in the fashion world came from an animal most people never imagined becoming a symbol of sophistication? This is the intriguing paradox behind eel leather, a long-bodied creature transformed through meticulous industrial processes into premium wallets prized for their durability, texture, and striking visual appeal. When you first hear about eel leather, you might picture something fragile or slippery, but the reality inside an eel leather factory challenges every assumption. The combination of traditional craftsmanship, industrial precision, and advanced chemical engineering creates a material that defies expectations and elevates something seemingly ordinary into a luxury product. Inside this production environment, every phase is engineered with intention. From the moment the raw skins arrive, the focus is on maintaining structural integrity, preventing damage, and enhancing natural grain patterns. The long, narrow shape of the eel makes it a unique raw material that requires specialized techniques not used in conventional leather production. The processing lines, the stainless steel tanks, the temperature-controlled rooms, and the sequence of mechanical treatments all contribute to an environment where transformation is constant and visible. What begins as a raw, delicate surface gradually becomes stronger, smoother, and visually richer with each stage. The industry values eel leather for its resistance, flexibility, and ability to absorb dyes with exceptional depth. Its natural pattern is instantly recognizable, giving premium brands a distinctive aesthetic that makes these wallets highly desirable in luxury markets. The fascination grows even more when you realize that behind each sophisticated piece is an intense, hands-on process that blends biology, chemistry, engineering, and artistry. And as you explore the early steps of this transformation, you start to sense the broader narrative: how an unexpected creature becomes a premium fashion statement through human skill and innovation. This journey raises an important question about how materials evolve through craftsmanship and what hidden stories lie behind the objects we consider refined. To really engage with this process and understand each layer of transformation, share your thoughts in the comments. Leave a like to support this deep dive into luxury manufacturing, and check if you are already subscribed so you do not miss the next stages of this journey, because what comes next will connect directly with the foundation we just uncovered, opening the path to the next phase of the manufacturing story. Once the initial intrigue of eel leather begins to unfold, the next decisive moment happens long before any chemical treatment or mechanical refinement: the meticulous selection of the eels themselves. This stage sets the entire tone for quality, because not every eel is suitable for transformation into luxury leather. Factories depend on highly specific characteristics such as skin thickness, uniform width, length consistency, and the absence of deep scars or structural imperfections. Buyers working directly with suppliers evaluate the raw animals with expertise refined over decades, identifying which bodies possess the natural qualities that will later translate into premium material capable of meeting the expectations of high-end brands. Although eel leather is known for its thinness and flexibility, the industry demands skins that strike the delicate balance between softness and structural durability. The long-bodied form of the eel means the usable leather comes from a narrow strip, so even minor flaws can compromise an entire batch. In refrigerated facilities or processing stations near fisheries, workers handle each eel individually, categorizing them according to the final product they will be destined for. Thicker skins may be reserved for larger accessories, while exceptionally smooth ones are selected for wallets or small goods where visual detail matters most. The sorting phase also aims to ensure color uniformity once dyes are applied, since natural variations can dramatically affect the final aesthetic. This early stage also involves evaluating moisture content, elasticity, and natural grain formation, all key quality markers in exotic leather industries. Experienced technicians can identify which skins will absorb chemical agents more effectively and which ones will withstand the tension of later mechanical stages. Behind each decision lies a combination of industrial demand, brand requirements, and centuries-old knowledge passed through artisans who understand how raw materials respond to treatment. As the selected eels move forward into the initial preparation phase, the transformation becomes more tangible, connecting the raw biological origin with the refined vision of luxury craftsmanship, setting the foundation for the intricate processes that are about to unfold next. After the rigorous selection phase, the chosen eel skins enter one of the most essential stages of the entire production chain, the initial preparation and deep cleaning. This is where the raw, organic surface begins its transition into a controlled industrial material. The skins arrive still carrying natural residues, biological oils, and irregular textures that must be removed with precision. In specialized facilities, workers first perform a careful manual scraping to eliminate remaining tissues, ensuring the surface is clean enough for the chemical processes that will follow. Every movement matters because eel leather is naturally thin, and an excessive force could compromise the structure that luxury manufacturing depends on. Once manually prepared, the skins move into large washing drums or stainless steel tanks designed for exotic leather processing. These machines rotate with controlled cycles of water flow, mild detergents, and temperature management that prevent premature swelling or shrinking. The aim is not simply cleanliness, but stabilization. By removing contaminants while preserving the grain, factories prepare the skins to absorb tanning agents evenly later in the process. Throughout these steps, technicians monitor hydration levels with remarkable attention because eel skins respond quickly to environmental changes. Too much water, and they become overly elastic. Too little, and they stiffen prematurely, affecting the way they will later fold into the elegant curves of premium wallets. A crucial part of this cleaning stage is the degreasing phase. Eels naturally contain oils that, if not properly extracted, can interfere with dye absorption, weaken adhesive bonds, and cause undesirable patches in the final product. Industrial degreasing solutions are calibrated to remove these oils without stripping the skin of its natural flexibility. By this point, the skins start to lose their organic irregularities and become more uniform, revealing the subtle grain patterns that make eel leather so recognizable in luxury markets. As the skins leave the preparation area, they are laid flat or draped on drying racks to reach an optimal moisture balance. This careful conditioning ensures they are ready for the chemical transformations that await them. With the surfaces now refined and stabilized, the material stands on the threshold of the complex tanning stage, where the real metamorphosis into long-lasting, high-value leather begins to take form, bridging the raw biological origin with the engineered precision of luxury production. With the eel skins cleaned, stabilized, and prepared, they reach the pivotal moment that defines the durability, flexibility, and long-term value of the material, the specialized tanning phase. Unlike traditional cattle leather, eel skins require a chemical process calibrated with extreme precision because their natural thinness reacts quickly to even the slightest variation. Inside the tannery section, large rotating drums filled with controlled solutions initiate a transformation that is both scientific and artisanal. The goal is to permanently preserve the skin's structure while enhancing its tactile qualities, ensuring it can withstand years of use in luxury wallets and accessories without losing its signature smoothness. The first stage involves soaking the skins in a tanning bath that penetrates the fibers, replacing the natural proteins responsible for decomposition, with stable agents engineered for longevity. This immersion strengthens the collagen network, giving eel leather its characteristic balance between softness and durability. Technicians monitor pH levels, drum rotation speed, and temperature constantly because eel skins absorb substances faster than thicker exotic leathers. A small change in concentration or timing can alter the final texture, affecting how well the material folds, stitches, or resists wear in high-end manufacturing. As the process continues, the skins move through cycles of chemical reinforcement designed to create uniformity along the entire length of the eel. This is crucial because the narrow structure of the animal offers very little margin for error. Portions that become oversaturated can become too rigid, while undertreated areas may lose strength. To avoid this, workers inspect samples directly from the drums, stretching them lightly and verifying how the grain responds. These tactile checks, performed by skilled hands, complement the machinery's precision, blending human intuition with industrial methodology. Once the tanning agents have fully bonded to the fibers, the skins are rinsed, neutralized, and conditioned to eliminate excess chemicals and stabilize the final structure. By now, the transformation is visible. The eel skins feel firmer, more elastic, and prepared for the demanding mechanical stages that follow. The material has crossed a crucial threshold, transitioning from a vulnerable, biological surface into a resilient foundation for luxury craftsmanship. As this stage concludes, the skins are stacked carefully and prepared for mechanical refinement, where texture, softness, and structural uniformity will be elevated to the next level. If this process made you curious about how such a delicate material becomes so enduring, leave a comment sharing your thoughts or impressions about this transformation. After the chemical stabilization achieved during tanning, the eel skins enter a phase where mechanical precision becomes the driving force behind their transformation. This stage focuses on softening, leveling, and enhancing the structural integrity of the material. It is here that the skins begin to acquire the tactile qualities associated with luxury leather goods, transitioning from a chemically preserved surface into something supple, flexible, and ready for detailed craftsmanship. Because eel leather is naturally thin, every adjustment must be executed with exceptional care to avoid compromising its integrity. Industrial machinery designed specifically for exotic leathers takes on the task, applying controlled pressure that gradually relaxes the fibers and distributes thickness more evenly across the entire length of the skin. The softening phase often involves passing the skins through rollers calibrated to stretch the fibers gently. The goal is to eliminate stiffness created during tanning while maintaining the natural grain patterns that make eel leather visually distinct. Too little pressure leaves the material rigid and difficult to manipulate in later stages, while too much can overstretch or weaken the skin. Skilled technicians monitor the texture continuously, checking the responsiveness of the grain and ensuring the leather develops the smooth elasticity required for premium wallet production. This combination of mechanical engineering and trained human judgment is essential, as exotic leathers do not behave uniformly and must be interpreted in real time. Next comes the leveling process, in which minor thickness variations are corrected using precision blades or mechanical splitters. Although eel skins are thin compared to other hides, natural irregularities still occur and must be corrected to guarantee consistent performance during stitching and folding. Leveling ensures that the leather bends cleanly without creating uneven tension, which is crucial for the perfect lines expected in luxury small goods. The process also improves the way the material interacts with adhesives and finishing agents, allowing deeper absorption and stronger bonding in upcoming stages. Once softened and leveled, the skins undergo conditioning treatments that enhance their flexibility and prepare them to receive dyes and protective coatings. At this point, the leather exhibits a refined balance, firm enough to maintain shape, yet soft enough to contour smoothly around the structured forms of high-end wallet designs. This stage completes the mechanical groundwork, positioning the skins for one of the most visually transformative moments in the entire manufacturing chain, where color, character, and aesthetic identity begin to emerge through advanced dyeing techniques. With the eel skins now softened, leveled, and structurally balanced, they enter one of the most visually defining phases of the entire production: the advanced dyeing and texture creation process. This stage determines not only the final color of the leather but also its character, depth, and luxurious visual identity. Unlike conventional hides, eel leather absorbs pigments with remarkable intensity, making color development both a powerful tool and a delicate responsibility. The goal is to enhance the natural grain patterns without overshadowing them, preserving the signature vertical lines that give eel leather its instantly recognizable aesthetic. The dyeing begins inside large rotating drums, where the skins are immersed in carefully measured dye solutions. Technicians tailor each formula according to the demands of premium brands, adjusting concentration, tannin interactions, and temperature to produce tones that range from subtle earth shades to deep, vibrant luxury colors. Because eel leather reacts quickly, the timing of each rotation cycle must be calculated precisely. A few extra minutes can result in overly saturated tones, while insufficient exposure leads to flat or inconsistent coloration. Throughout the process, samples are pulled from the drums and inspected under controlled lighting to ensure the pigments bond evenly to the fibers. Beyond color, texture creation also becomes a central focus. While eel leather naturally displays a sleek grain, some luxury applications require additional surface refinement. Depending on the desired effect, the skins may be buffed lightly to soften the grain, pressed under heated plates to enhance smoothness, or treated with embossing rollers that reinforce uniformity, without erasing the material's natural identity. These mechanical nuances help define whether the final leather will appear glossy, satin smooth, or richly matte, giving each batch a distinct personality aligned with high-end design standards. Once the dyeing and texturing cycles are complete, the skins are gently dried in temperature-controlled environments to ensure the pigments stabilize without cracking or fading. At this stage, the eel leather begins to reveal its true luxury potential, displaying a depth of color and surface refinement that sets it apart from other exotic materials. The combination of precise chemistry, mechanical artistry, and sensory evaluation forms a turning point in the manufacturing journey, preparing the now vibrant skins for the shaping and structural transformation that will soon lead them toward their final form as sophisticated wallets. Once the eel leather has been fully dyed, textured, and stabilized, it advances to the stage where industrial precision meets the early outlines of craftsmanship, the shaping and modeling phase. This is where the material begins to resemble the structure of the luxury wallets it will eventually become. Because eel skins are naturally narrow and linear, technicians must work with great accuracy to maximize usable surface area while preserving the grain's visual continuity. Every cut, measurement, and alignment is executed with the intention of creating components that will fold cleanly, resist tension, and maintain a refined aesthetic once assembled. The skins are first inspected to determine which sections exhibit the most consistent color absorption and grain clarity. These portions are selected for the exterior panels of the wallet, where visual impact matters most. Using steel cutting dies or laser-guided blades, workers slice the skins into precise shapes, ensuring symmetry and avoiding areas where natural imperfections might disrupt the final look. This step demands remarkable attention, because eel leather cannot be thickened, patched, or corrected the way larger hides sometimes can. Once cut, each piece must already meet luxury standards. After cutting, the pieces move through structural reinforcement. Thin leathers like eel require backing materials to ensure durability without compromising the elegant, sleek finish that customers expect. Textile or microfiber linings are bonded to the underside, creating a stable foundation that allows the leather to hold its form during folding and stitching. This reinforcement is crucial, especially for wallet edges, card slots, and corners, which must endure constant handling and friction. Technicians also pre-crease folding lines using heated plates or mechanical presses, guiding the leather into the shapes it will need to maintain once fully assembled. During this phase, small adjustments determine the long-term quality of the product. The alignment of each segment, the sharpness of each fold, and the precision of each cut influence how the wallet will behave in daily use. Any miscalculation, even by a millimeter, can cause tension points or uneven seams later on. This is why experienced leatherworkers oversee the modeling stage closely, combining industrial tools with intuitive understanding of how exotic materials behave under pressure. By the time the pieces leave this section, they are no longer raw skins, but carefully engineered components prepared to be transformed into a cohesive luxury item. If this meticulous shaping process surprised you or revealed something new about the hidden complexity behind exotic leather goods, share your thoughts in the comments. As the shaped eel leather components move forward, they enter one of the most intricate and revealing phases of the entire production chain, the precision stitching and assembly process. This step transforms the flat, reinforced pieces into a functional luxury wallet, and it is here that the true craftsmanship behind exotic leather goods becomes unmistakable. Although eel leather is thin and flexible, these qualities demand extremely careful handling during sewing. The grain can stretch if the tension is too strong, and the narrow surface means every millimeter of stitching remains visible, leaving no room for irregularities or misalignment. Highly trained artisans or machine operators begin by pairing each pre-cut panel with its corresponding internal component: card slots, pockets, lining, and structural inserts. These elements must align perfectly, especially at pressure points like corners and folds. Stitching begins with fine, high-density threads engineered to resist friction while maintaining a discreet, elegant appearance. The needle size, stitching length, and thread tension are calibrated specifically for exotic skins, reducing the possibility of tearing or marking the surface. Eel leather reacts quickly to punctures, so every hole created by the needle must be intentional and technically justified. During assembly, the wallet's shape starts to emerge as edges are joined, pockets layered, and internal compartments formed. Artisans work methodically, constantly checking the straightness of each seam and ensuring the grain pattern flows harmoniously across the exterior. When two pieces of eel leather meet, technicians pay special attention to keeping the grain direction consistent, preserving the refined visual continuity expected from high-end accessories. Adhesives are also applied, strategically reinforcing parts that require additional support without adding unnecessary thickness. Once the main body is stitched, attention turns to the fine details that separate ordinary construction from luxury craftsmanship. Edges are shaved, shaped, and filled to achieve a smooth contour before being sealed. The interior linings are pressed to eliminate air pockets and ensure a flawless finish. Even the way the wallet opens and closes is tested repeatedly, confirming that the leather bends naturally at the pre-creased lines created earlier in the modeling phase. These repeated checks guarantee that the final product feels balanced, responsive, and ready for long-term use. By the end of this stage, the wallet has taken on its functional structure, though it still awaits the final surface treatments that will elevate its appearance, enhance its durability, and bring the entire manufacturing journey to its final polished expression. With the wallet fully stitched and structurally formed, it enters the stage where the finishing touches bring its luxury identity to life. This part of the process focuses on refinement, protection, and visual enhancement, elevating the eel leather from a well-constructed accessory into a polished high-end product. The first step involves meticulous edge work, where artisans smooth, sand, and seal the borders to create a seamless contour. Because eel leather is naturally thin, the edges must receive multiple layers of finishings, compounds to ensure they remain strong, smooth, and resistant to friction during years of handling. Once the edges are prepared, the surface treatment begins. Technicians apply specialized coatings designed to protect the grain, deepen the visual richness of the color, and highlight the natural vertical patterns that distinguish eel leather from other exotic materials. Depending on the desired effect, the wallet may receive a satin, matte, or high-gloss finish. Each option requires different application methods, from airbrushed layers to hand-applied conditioners that penetrate the fibers slowly. Workers evaluate how the leather absorbs each coating, ensuring the finish enhances rather than masks the material's original texture. Polishing follows, performed either by soft mechanical wheels or by hand using fine cloths. This step enhances the smoothness of the leather, bringing out a refined sheen that luxury brands rely on for visual appeal. Even subtle variations in pressure can influence the final appearance, making this phase dependent on skilled artisans who understand how eel leather responds to touch, heat, and friction. During polishing, the grain begins to appear more defined, catching light in a way that reveals depth and character. Quality control then becomes the defining filter. Inspectors examine the wallet under controlled lighting, checking for inconsistencies in stitching, alignment, color uniformity, and texture. Any slight imperfection becomes immediately noticeable on eel leather due to its naturally sleek surface, so this stage requires exceptional attention. The wallet is opened, closed, bent, and flexed repeatedly to ensure that the pre-creased lines hold their shape and that the leather maintains its structural integrity without cracking or warping. Finally, the protective sealing layer is applied, creating a barrier against moisture, wear, and environmental exposure. This last treatment not only preserves the wallet's appearance, but also enhances the tactile qualities that consumers associate with exotic luxury leather goods. With the finishing stages complete, the wallet moves toward its final transition, ready to be packaged and connected to the broader journey that began with a long-bodied animal and evolved through skill, engineering, and artistry into a sophisticated product prepared for its final destination. After passing through every stage of refinement, from raw biological material to polished luxury leather, the eel leather wallet reaches the final moment of its industrial journey, packaging and preparation for distribution. This step might seem simple compared to the chemical treatments, mechanical shaping, and precision stitching that came before, but in the world of exotic leather goods, presentation carries as much weight as craftsmanship. The finished wallet is placed on dust-free benches where technicians complete one last inspection, ensuring the surface treatment has fully stabilized, the edges remain smooth, and the structure holds its shape exactly as intended. Even the way the leather reacts to ambient temperature is evaluated, confirming that the previous sealing layers provide the necessary protection without affecting flexibility. Once approved, the wallet is carefully placed into its protective wrapping, often a soft microfiber cloth or custom tissue designed to prevent abrasion. Luxury brands understand that customers expect an experience from the moment they open the box, so the packaging reinforces the identity of the product. Rigid boxes, embossed covers, and structured inserts keep the wallet perfectly aligned during transport, avoiding any friction that could alter the finish. Each element is chosen deliberately, reflecting the premium nature of eel leather and complementing the craftsmanship invested in its creation. The box is then sealed and labeled for traceability, linking the product to its batch, dye lot, and production date, ensuring full transparency for distributors and clients. From here, the wallets move through logistical channels that may include climate-controlled warehouses, boutique storage rooms, or direct shipping services. Throughout this process, temperature and humidity controls help protect the leather from unnecessary stress. By the time the product reaches the hands of consumers, it carries not only the physical evidence of meticulous work, but also the invisible history of every stage that shaped it. The transformation from a long-bodied animal into a sophisticated luxury accessory becomes part of a broader narrative about craftsmanship, innovation, and the value of preserving and enhancing natural materials through skilled manufacturing. What began as a raw, organic surface has now become a finished piece ready to accompany someone's daily life with elegance and durability, closing one chapter of its story while quietly beginning another. If you stayed with this journey until the end, consider subscribing so you can follow more deep explorations into how luxury materials are truly made, and leave a comment with the phrase "I am with you until the end" so I know you reached this final stage. And if this dive into the hidden world of exotic leather craftsmanship connected with you, A-Like helps bring more of these behind-the-scenes stories to life. There is another video here that continues expanding this universe, so click and come with me to the next chapter of this world of transformation and precision.